Hey all, Noel here. I never thought I would ever be making this theory video, but a serious question needs to be asked. Is the SMG4 series coming to an end? Based on what we saw in WOTFI and elsewhere, the vibe I'm getting is one of conclusiveness. Firstly, let me just get my thoughts about WOTFI 2025 out of the way. It was really great. I like how they concluded the character arc of Mr. Puzzles and resolved his strained relationships with Weapons and Meggy, even if we never got to see stuff like the characters returning to It's Gotta Be Perfect, or getting to see the origin of the magical keyboard and how Mr. Puzzles got a hold of it. I think the character writing being good is more important than getting answers to those questions. The WOTFI was also well produced, and I think they utilised the time travel very well, even if it meant the challenges were not fan submitted, making this the first non-interactive WOTFI. And I also think it's good despite the time travel not being focused on Mr. Puzzle's past in particular, which would have been more fitting as the whole story was centred around him. However, my feelings on WOTFI 2025 are kind of mixed, and that's mostly for three reasons. First, I feel like they really fumbled the writing of Toomp. He didn't really have an important role in the plot, or help contribute to the character development of Puzzles and Weapons. The ending gag where he talks is funny, even though it is a little disappointing that he's an alien and not part of the demonic goop, but because he was rather underutilised, the ending gag didn't work as well as I would have liked, since it appears Toomp is gone forever, having returned to his home planet, despite the potential he could still have. But the second reason I have mixed feelings on WOTFI is that there were a lot of plot threads I thought they were setting up, but that never got resolved. I mentioned the Toomp demonic goop connection already, but I'm also disappointed that the Death Cube never had any role in the story beyond appearing at the end for the rap battle as a cameo, and I wish they did something with Mr. Puzzle's interactions with Karen and the kids that occurred post Guns and Puzzles. I'm also a little surprised Weapons got no lines during the rap battle, though that is a minor complaint, and we got SMG0 and Marty rapping in exchange, so I guess that makes up for it. But lastly, we get to the third reason for my mixed feelings, and that is the entire SMG4 storyline throughout WOTFI. WOTFI 2025 ends with a huge cliffhanger, as SMG4 solemnly claims that he needs to talk to everyone for a second before the episode pretty abruptly ends on the worried and surprised reaction from the crew. A WOTFI has never ended on a huge cliffhanger before, the type that needs to be addressed by the next episode, and I would have praised the episode for such a twist, but the nature of what SMG4 wanted to discuss has me rather concerned. In the episodes prior to WOTFI, we see SMG4 struggling to come up with video ideas, which is why he went to the Internet Archives in the first place, as he hoped to find inspiration for videos by searching through old YouTube videos. However, during WOTFI, as SMG4 travels back through time and reminisces about his old videos, he comes to a realization that he really has done a lot, and maybe he is thinking that he has done enough. Think about it. WOTFI 2025 was all about time travel and revisiting some of the most iconic episodes, characters and memes. The rap battle featured all previous major arc villains and loads of friendly side characters showing up in a manner reminiscent of the Portal scene from Endgame. The WOTFI arc began with SMG4 running out of video ideas. SMG4 has become really high quality in production value, but views are at an all-time low, which in turn means revenue is at an all-time low, despite the fact that I highly doubt paying all of the editors, writers, voice actors and artists comes cheap. I feel like it's also important to mention that back during the Genesis arc, when people were worried the series might end if SMG0 killed Mario, they specifically edited the title and thumbnail of the episode The Beginning of the End to make it look less ominous and like the ending of the series might be coming. So it's a bit weird that they would set up a cliffhanger, which makes it look like the series might be coming to an end, unless they were actually planning to end the series. And lastly, two of the most important characters in the series, and most popular, had their character journeys completed and were killed off, and I don't think the SMG4 writers are silly enough to bring the duo back despite the perfect ending they were given. But even without all of that, the whole vibe of the SMG4 storyline is giving me a feeling of finality and ending, and that feeling is amplified way further when you include all the rest of the stuff I mentioned. And I have to say, the shot where SMG4 says, "Hey guys, can I talk to you all for a second?" It feels like it was intentionally made to feel like he was talking directly to the audience. No one has been able to give me a more convincing argument for what the SMG4 storyline was building up to, or what the dramatic and huge cliffhanger could be leading to. The best counter-argument I could find to the theory that the series is ending is this Reddit post. Pause the video if you want to read this Reddit post. But in my opinion, it doesn't explain everything, whereas the theory that the series is ending pretty much does explain every point I've raised. Also, if the series isn't ending, but there's loads of fear in the fanbase that it will end, why has nobody who works on the show come out yet to say something, to say that it is not ending? People have been saying, oh, but some people have, but that's not true. The people who have come out saying the series is not ending are not people who actually work on the show, but are like Discord moderators who have admitted they wouldn't know if the series is ending or not. I think the next SMG4 episode will announce that the series is coming to a close, though it will almost certainly continue either until the Christmas special this year or until the 15-year anniversary of the series in May next year. Both of those points would make for fitting places to conclude the series. I would love to be proven wrong, but I might have a piece of hard evidence. Some of my friends saw that someone posted somewhere these two screenshots, seeming to show that the banner on the top of the SMG4 store used to say, before the premiere of WOTFI 2025, that all the items on the store are to commemorate a final WOTFI. But then during the premiere, it seems that this wording was changed to say ultimate rather than final. Now this could have been faked, but if it was, it would have been done very soon after the premiere for WOTFI had finished, and so they wouldn't have had much time to do this, and so I'm kind of inclined to believe this is all real. Update: as I was editing this video, I think I found someone else claiming to have seen this change, and I'm pretty sure this is a different person from the person who sent the image on their mobile, because their screenshot is from a computer. Also, how do you alter the words on a website or mobile? I know you use inspect element on PC, but is that actually easy to do that on mobile? I find it hard to believe that the word final was used in a mistake. This really was meant to be the ultimate WOTFI in order to send the sub-series off with a bang. And if the SMG4 series has no planned end coming soon, why would they stop doing WOTFIs? One of the most beloved parts about the whole show. As we know, WOTFI 2025 is probably the last WOTFI. We know the SMG4 series will be ending before September to October next year. And so the 15th anniversary is where my money is at. The last major loose plot thread in the show is the boarded up door, and in combination with its recent mention in the Super Princess SMG3 episode, I think the room behind the door will be revealed soon, and it will be connected to the ending of the series. Hopefully I am proved wrong. See you guys on my reaction stream next week.